Salutations, viewers, and welcome to AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Tonight we have a girls and boys doubleheader. The girls just had their game, and now the boys will have their turn as the 5-8 Roosevelt Rough Riders will take on your 7-7 Ames High Little Cyclones tonight for your entertainment. Hi, everybody. Carter White alongside Ryan Eggert, and we are reporting live. Ames just came off a buzzer beater loss to the Ankeny Hawks this past Friday, similar to the girls. Not very much time before playoffs begin, so a win tonight is pivotal for playoff hopes.
Yeah, it's the same situation that the girls faced, and again, another team that's right at 500 or right below it, and this is going to determine seeding, whether they play a team like that of Centennial or whether they're going to play a team like Urbandale that has a similar record to them. So I honestly think, as long as you can get the outside arch shooting on point and get good defense down in the paint, you'll be very good to go.
We'll get into your starters before we begin. First for the Rough Riders, head coached by Adam Daly. A 5'9 junior, number 0, Ethan Lovin. A 6'4 senior, number 5, Romanicu Helms. A 6'1 junior, number 13, Jakari Bradley. A 6'1 freshman, number 23, Jamison Padden. And a 6'1 senior, number 25, Miles Burkhale. Now for the Little Cyclones, who are head coached by Coach Downs. A senior, number 22, Cooper Downs. A junior, number 30, Keyshawn Brooks. A senior, number 34, Jonas Drawhacker. And a sophomore, number 52, Corey Phillips. There should be one more I missed. Oh, yes, number 32, Jamison DeLisi. And we will take a break and be right back with tip-off. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just about ready to get into it here in Ames High Gymnasium. I'd like to correct one of the starters, though, for Roosevelt. Instead of Ethan Lovin, it will actually be a 6'1 senior, number 2, Antonio Alzheimer. And ladies and gentlemen, the girls managed to win against Roosevelt in what, in my opinion, could have been seen as a nail-biter, at least until about the last 2 minutes. But will end up as a confident victory for the little Cyclones. Now let's see if the boys can do the same thing.
There we go. Getting ready.
Phillips and Helms facing off for the tip-off, and it goes in Ames' favor, and we're underway. Here's Brooks with the ball at the right wing. Brooks. Ball is stolen. That was Alzheimer who lays it in. And Roosevelt has the first bucket of the game. 2-0. Rough Riders are in front. 7.5 to play in the first.
Yep.
20-second violation. Ames loses the ball, and it will go to the Rough Riders with just under 7.5 to play in the first. An early mistake for Ames.
Yeah, that's going to be one that they have to be mindful of. This interesting double-team defense of Roosevelt is going to be one that pesters them all night.
Here's a pass to Alzheimer. Now in the corner, it's Bradley with the ball. Right inside the paint. That was Patton who tried to lay it in. He was no good. Rebounds taken by Ames. It'll go the other way with 6:46 to play in the first. Here's Downs to Phillips at the top of the key. Phillips to DeLisi. Now here's Brooks once again. Brooks to Phillips at the top of the key. Downs, left wing 3, bounces around and it's no good. Strawhacker gets the offensive rebound, lays it back in, ties it up at 2 apiece. Great play by Strawhacker that time underneath.
Yeah, that's another showing of his aggressive rebounding technique that we saw against Ankeny, in which, as we mentioned earlier, it was a heartbreaking buzzer loss.
How about that block, that pass block from Phillips? Looked like the Rough Riders were going to try an alley-oop, and thanks to Phillips' great defense, it was unsuccessful. Here's Downs. Manages to strip the ball and take it the other way. 5:50 to play in the first. Phillips at the top of the key. He finds DeLisi at the left wing. Brooks. Corner 3 is no good. Rebound's going to be taken by Helms. He moved fast for a second there. Right wing. Now it's just over 5.5 to play in the first. Helms once again to Patton. Patton near half court with the ball. They're taking their time. Here's Bradley at the left wing. To Burkhall. Burkhall, that is. Strawhacker deflects the pass, and it goes out of bounds off of his hands. Roosevelt keeps the ball. Great defense that time by Strawhacker. And the Rough Riders keep the ball. And that time they won't keep the ball. Patton loses control. Ames gets it.
Gave out a freebie like I did in the first game.
Downs finds Strawhacker to DeLisi at the right wing. Oh, the ball was aggressively stolen by Patton. What a steal for Patton. That's going to be a travel. I thought so. Alzheimer took a few too many steps with the ball still in his hands.
Yeah, I couldn't see how many steps he took. At least 2. Well, at least 3, should I say. It was a travel.
Phillips to Downs. Just under 5 minutes to play in the first.
Gotta get it out of the backcourt.
Back to Downs. Okay. Ball's in the hands of Strawhacker. Here's Downs with the ball again to Phillips. Phillips finds DeLisi to Strawhacker. Now it's Downs. Downs to Strawhacker at the right wing. Strawhacker driving for the hole, can't lay it in. Roosevelt takes over possession. Patton with the ball, just under 4.5 to play. Alzheimer for 3, no good. Rebound's gonna be taken by Downs. Helms could have been called for a foul there. He was aggressively holding on to Downs.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. Downs was falling down there on the rebound chance.
Downs misses a 3-pointer, foul on Strawhacker.
Yep.
Ball goes the other way as a result. There's the first foul of the game. Let's hope that for the boys, it won't be as much foul trouble as it was for the girls.
No, yeah. We don't want to see players like we saw Strawhacker foul out against Centennial early, but I think, as a 3 made there. But overall, the foul trouble, I think you can afford to have maybe Strawhacker get 3 at the end of the third quarter, and you'll be okay. But nothing more than that.
Burke Hall was the one who made the 3, and DeLisi strikes right back for Ames. DeLisi, a man known for his 3-point ability. DeLisi, who shoots a 37% shot.
That's a good percentage right there.
That's one that's going to get you some points. 3:05 to play in the first. Ames still has the tie game. Now a chance to lead the game. Actually would be their first lead of the game. Just under 3 minutes to play in the first. DeLisi to Strawhacker. Phillips underneath, lays it in. 2:45 to play in the first. It's 7-5. Ames in front for the first time. Roosevelt slowing the tempo down just a little bit. This is a Roosevelt team who definitely is pretty stocked. Oh my word, what a two-hand jam. Helms with the alley-oop, and he flipped the net inside out. Tie game at 7 apiece.
That's the first jam we've seen here in this building all year.
At only 6'4", that's a man who can jump.
He's got some hops in him.
1:55 to play in the first. Phillips can't lay it in inside the paint. 1:47 to play in the first. Now it's Bradley with the ball. Bradley finds Alzheimer with 1:39 to play in the first. Here is Patton with the ball. The ball is still inside. The hoop is still, my bad, inside out. Not sure if they're going to do anything about that or not.
It took him a little bit longer to notice.
And crowd going wild for the ref. Ref not acknowledging the applause at all.
Yeah, he gave a little smirk there. Had a little smug look. Craffle now checks in.
With 1:20 to play in the first. Here's a 3-point attempt. That is good. That is Helms. Roosevelt takes the lead back. 10-7 with 1:10 to play in the first. Here's Downs to, Brooks rather, to Phillips to make it a 1-point game at 10-9 with just under a minute to play in the first quarter. Now underneath is Bradley. He's fouled.
That was Are they gonna call?
Actually, they're gonna call a foul on Ames, or not. I'm not sure what's going on. Whatever happened, Roosevelt
must have been a kickball violation there. Carter.
Helms tried a deep 3, went off the crown of the rim.
It's very strange. There's only one foul in the game, and it was by Jonas Strawhacker.
30 seconds to go in the first. Downs at the right wing. Under pressure as he looks for an open man. Phillips finds Craffle. Craffle to Brooks. Just 5 seconds to play in the first. Brooks lays in a three-pointer as time expires in the first quarter. 12-10. Keyshawn Brooks, his first points of the game. And it gives Ames some momentum heading into the second quarter. And with that, we'll take a quick break and be right back. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. It's 12-10 at the beginning of the second quarter, thanks to a three-point clutch three-pointer by Keyshawn Brooks, a man who knows how to make three-pointers at the buzzer. I mean, he's done it at halftime. He's done it at the end of quarters. Only time I've never seen him do it is at the end of a game. Maybe we'll see it here tonight.
Yeah. I was about to say, start all the speculations you want. We just have to wait, and waiting is an unfortunate thing in this life. That's something that we all have to deal with.
It's with patience that we learn discipline, however. Craffle almost comes up with the steal. Brooks comes up with it instead with just under 7.5 to play in the second. Vertinen for three. No. Rebound's going to be taken by Helms, who takes it the other way for the Rough Riders at the top of the key. Oh, my word. I think that. Did he pass it backwards? I'm not sure what happened.
I think he expected somebody to be there that wasn't, and it was going to be an over and back violation regardless, because it crossed back over the plane of the opposing half.
Downs to Phillips at the top of the key. Now just 7 minutes to play in the second. Brooks for three. No. Tried it from the same place he just made it about 2 minutes ago, roughly. That was inside the paint. Patton, no good. Helms will try it underneath. Actually, he has a quick pass to Bradley, who lays it in, ties the game up at 12 apiece.
It was almost like a football handoff there. Got to get it out of the backcourt. Get it out.
As if Mahomes was giving the ball to Williams. Here's Phillips. Burton almost tried a three-pointer again. My word.
Did he get fouled there?
I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it looked like Alzheimer came in like a wrecking ball.
Yes.
And that'll be the first foul of the game for the Rough Riders. 6:22 to play in the second. Inbound to Brooks. Downs was wide open for three, but then he quickly wasn't. Straw Hackers there to help him out, and it's 14-12.
That's a good bucket right
With
there.
6:08 to play in the second.
My bad. Didn't mean to interrupt you there, buddy.
Roosevelt looking to strike back. Here's Bradley, lays it in. 14 apiece. 5:50 to play in the second. Just like the girls' game, a back-and-forth battle. Phillips drives for the hole, can't lay it in. And here's Bradley. Loses the ball as he drives for the hole, gains it right back, and Roosevelt keeps it. Now Brooks steals it. On the run, Brooks unable to lay it in. Practically threw it off the rim. And Roosevelt now has the ball. Lots of. If we know anything about Keyshawn Brooks, he's a man who can move fast.
Yes, he can. He can. We've seen his speed and his ability to get open many times this season, especially with the baseball pass from the backcourt.
Three-pointer is no good, and Helms tried another alley-oop, but that time it was just going to be a putback. Helms has contributed quite well for the Rough Riders as he has 5 of the 14 points that they have. Phillips underneath, can't lay it in. And Alzheimer has the ball. Now here's Bradley driving for the hole. Can't lay it in. He gets his own rebound, puts it back up, and no good. Rebound's going to be taken by Brooks. 4.5 to play in the second. Here's Vertanen, tries a corner three. No good, off the back of the rim. And Helms has it. Bradley at the right wing. Do you take a three-pointer here or not?
I think you got to find a bucket wherever you can. That was a good job there by Vertanen. Get the ball back on the jump ball.
I don't think the ball was being fought for enough, or for long enough at least, to be a jump ball, however.
Yeah, I'd say it probably needs to be about 2 or 3 seconds rather than, just instantaneously. We saw how many times that happened against Ankeny, how many jump balls there were.
Downs will inbound for the Little Cyclones, who have the ball tied up against the Rough Riders 14 apiece with 4 minutes to play in the second. Downs with a pass to Craffle. Craffle back to Downs. Just under 4 minutes to play in the second. Downs at the top of the key. Now it's Brooks at the left wing. DeLisi at the left wing to Craffle. Now it's Downs at the right wing. They're keeping their ball movement outside the arch. Craffle inside to Phillips. Oh, he has his shot deflected by Bradley. Ball goes the other way. On boys and girls, Roosevelt can be aggressive with their defense, and there's a three-point attempt by Gurley. Zarek Gurley, 5'10 senior, number 21, who missed the three-pointer. But as I was saying earlier, Roosevelt is really all around tough with their defense.
Yeah, they've been playing really a good defense. We saw them right off the bat when they were doing some zone defense that I couldn't really describe to you. And I don't know about you, but I thought that was deflected.
Probably so. Brooks seems like a pretty strong guy. I don't think he's the one really to undershoot when it comes down to it.
Yeah, that is true.
Just 2:42 to play in the second. They'll call a travel on Bradley. The ball will go the other way.
Score is still deadlocked. It's been that way for a couple minutes now.
.236 to play in the second. Downs finds DeLisi. DeLisi to Phillips. Double teamed. Aggressively double teamed. He can't. Oh, they forced him to travel. Oh, no, wait. A timeout was taken, but I think I saw the ref circle her arms.
Yeah, that was. I don't think it would have been a travel. Rather, it would have been some 5-second violation of some sort. But I'm not entirely sure.
Perhaps so. I thought I saw travel. It's tied up at 14 apiece with just under 2.5 to play, rather. Seems like a tight wire game so far. I could see this being just as close of a game as the girls' game was.
Yeah, this one is gonna probably come down to the fourth quarter and who can get a breakaway.
Downs has the ball at the center circle. 2:20 to play in the second. Downs, a pass to Phillips. Back to Downs, right wing. Now it's Brooks at the top of the key, makes a three-pointer. 17-14, 2:07 to play in the game. Brooks has only made three-pointers, but they've been pretty crucial three-pointers. Only 2 of them tonight for 6 points. Now we'll see if the Roosevelt Rough Riders can strike back. Helms at the left wing. Lots of noise being made by the Ames student section. Patton, a pass. Fast ball movement by the Rough Riders. Helms underneath, gets the ball stripped from him by Phillips. Great play. You know what I was just thinking? Roosevelt could technically be called R cubed because it's the Roosevelt Rough Riders. I mean, kickball. You know, you're in pre-calc, which means you're really good at math.
Calculus, actually, now.
You're in calculus, which means you're good at math. Would you think that's a good idea?
I would stick to the Rough Riders due to the history tied with it. You know, Theodore Roosevelt and the guys who fought with him. That's what they were called, the Rough Riders, back in the early 1900s.
Just under a minute to play in the second. DeLisi at the left wing. Strawhacker, corner three. Yes, sir! 20-14. Ames with a 6-point lead over the Rough Riders. 45 seconds to play in the second. That's 7 points for Strawhacker tonight. Strawhacker usually averages only 6. Three-pointer is no good. That was Helms who tried it. It was no good off the glass. 20 seconds to play in the second. Ames will go for the last bucket of the first half. "13 seconds. Brooks taking his time. Brooks fouled on his way to the hole. That's Patton. Only 1 foul for him. Alzheimer will go in to the Rough Riders lineup. Downs will inbound with 7.6 to go in the second. Got a pass. Timeouts taken by Ames instead. They now only have 3 timeouts left. And with that, we will take a quick break and be right back. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. And welcome back into it, folks. 20-14, 7.6 to go in the second. Phillips tried to get it.
Jump ball.
They'll call it jump ball. Possession arrow automatically gives it to the Rough Riders. And they will have the last shot of the first half.
Yes, they will. They'll have a chance to get within 3 points here.
This would be crucial for the Rough Riders for momentum heading into the second half. Three-pointer by Alzheimer. Good!
Banked it in. Holy Moses.
Antonio Alzheimer off the glass. And he decreases the lead of Ames down to just 3 points. And that's how the first half will end, 20-17. Ames in front. And we will take a break and be back with the second half. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. And welcome back into it, folks. We are just about to get into quarter number 3 of Des Moines Roosevelt versus Ames, the boys edition. Carter White, Ryan Eggert. It's 20-17. It's a tight wire game. Nobody's dominating the game as of right now. What do you think could happen in this game?
This game's going to be decided in the fourth quarter. I think we can already foresee that, as was the girls' game decided in the fourth quarter. It's going to be about who can hit those clutch shots, who can hit those contested shots, and really how well you can defend on the post. And overall, both teams are doing a great job of this, so I can't pick a winner right now, honestly. It's too close.
Indeed it is. And we are ready to begin the second half. With 7:48 to play in the third, the ball is stolen. That is Bradley who comes up with the steal for the Rough Riders. 7:38 to play in the third, and Roosevelt decides to take their time. A smart move. Bradley at the right wing, and now a foul is called. That's going to be on Phillips.
They got Phillips for this? They did.
Foul is on Phillips, his first.
Thankfully for Ames, that's just his first. Phillips, a key player who you really can't afford to have foul out.
No, he's been great. He's been pretty good on the post tonight, being aggressive and driving in there, as well as Strawhacker, who's back out on the floor after being off the floor for a little while.
7:08 to play in the third. If you're Roosevelt, you can take your time. You don't have to score right away. But there's Burkhall, who lays one in. With 6:53 to play in the third, he makes it a 1-point game and gets the first bucket of the second half. Strawhacker almost loses the ball. Downs has it now, just inside half court. 6.5 to play in the third. DeLisi at the top of the key. Brooks takes a left wing three. Bounces around, does not go in. Helms the rebound for the Rough Riders, who have a chance to gain the lead. Here's Bradley with the ball. Bradley's going to find Patton. Patton, a quick pass to Burkhall. They're keeping their ball movement outside the arch until they find inside the paint Burkhall, who was unable to lay it in. But now they have Helms, who gets it to Bradley. His shot was deflected by Strawhacker. Ball goes the other way. 5:50 to play in the third. DeLisi finds Brooks to Phillips, top of the key three. No, rebound's going to be taken by Alzheimer. Phillips only shoots 17.6% from outside the arch, so it's definitely not his strength, as that is Burkhall who misses. But Phillips is definitely a man who likes to stay underneath the hole a lot more.
Yeah, he does. And he's done a good job of it, and DeLisi usually he's a pretty good three-point shooter, but it seems like the arc has voodoo tonight. Not many shots from outside the arc going in.
Brooks counted in the foul. Came up with the steal and came up with the bucket to make it 22-19. With 5:07 to play in the third, they call the foul on Burkhall. Brooks for the and one. And he makes it. And now Patton has the ball with 5:03 to play in the third. At the center circle. Pass to Bradley at the left wing. And now you have Patton at the elbow. Three-point attempt is, almost went in inside the corner. That was Helms. But the putback is good from Bradley. 4:36 to play in the third. Ball is stolen Alzheimer gets it for the Rough Riders. Oh, can't
don't
lay it in
know.
off the glass. DeLisi comes up with it for Ames. It's 4:25 to play in the third. Downs to Brooks, right wing three-pointer. No, bounces around and is no good. Rebounds taken by Bradley. 4:14 to play in the third. Here's Patton. Back out to Bradley. Just inside half court with 4 minutes to play in the third. Bradley, quick pass to Helms. Bradley inside, unable to lay it in, but he's fouled on his way up. 3:51 to play in the third. They call it on Strawhacker. 2 for him tonight. With 3:51 to play in the third. 2 shots for Bradley. From the foul line, first shot is no good. 3:51 to go in the third, 23-21. Checking in is number 21 for Roosevelt. That is Gurley. 23-22 now. 3:51 to play in the third. And now, if you're Ames, you just hold on to the lead.
You got to get it out of the backcourt first. Get it out of the backcourt.
Oh, the ball is stolen. What good full court pressure. As that is Bradley who lays it in. Roosevelt back in front, 24-23, with just under 3.5 to play in the third. DeLisi to Phillips. Brooks finds Downs. There's Strawhacker who lays it in. 25-24. 3:10 to play in the third. Downs on the assist. Another back and forth battle, just like with the girls' game.
Yeah, that's the kind of basketball we like to see. They're gonna get Phillips here for a block. Or are they gonna get Strawhacker for the reach in? Looks like they're gonna get Strawhacker. It's number 3.
And just
He hit that 3 foul marker that I said he was gonna hit. Not necessarily that it's any good, because you're in foul trouble now.
Craffle checking into the Ames lineup. Burkhall ties the game. This one's for the lead. That one's good as well. 26-25 with 3 minutes to play in the third. And now, Ames needs to take this lead back. Downs was double teamed. Aggressive defense by the Rough Riders, but I feel like that's going to be their strength coming up.
Yeah, it really is. You know, they've limited Ames to 26 points so far, but they haven't been able to do much else offensive, or 25 points rather. They
Downs
haven't been able to do much offensively.
Downs to DeLisi. Travel. Ball's going the other way.
Oops.
A timeout's taken by Roosevelt with 2:25 to play in the third. Did you see a travel there?
It must have happened. I didn't see it. Maybe he got a little bit anxious there and started worrying about where he was going to cut into before he had the ball.
And at this point, we're definitely looking at a close game.
We are looking at a close game. My apologies for that. Anyways, well, 1 point. I know a bucket's going to go, give the other team a 1 point lead. So, like you said, back and forth. But I think Ames has to cut down on the turnovers just a little bit. They're not doing terribly, but, you know, it's always is good to make sure you have confidence in ball control and keeping it out of the hands of the Rough Riders and allowing yourself to have a chance at this game.
Now just 2:25 to play in the third. 26-25. Roosevelt and the Rough Riders looking to add on to their lead. Burke Hall with the ball. Now it's Bradley. Patton, top of the key. To Helms. Can't lay it in. Teardrop is no good. Ball is almost stolen back. Brooks comes up with it for Ames. Just 2 minutes to play in the third. Brooks with the ball just inside half court. To Downs. Circling around the arch. Now it's Craffle. Downs, left wing three-pointer, no good. Rolls around and ends up not making it. Here's Burke Hall with the ball. He'll get it to Bradley at the elbow. Pass to Burke Hall. And now Gurley has the ball, just under a minute and a half to play in the third. Good strategy by Roosevelt to really take their time.
Yeah. I mean, it's not at the level of what we saw on Friday, but, you know.
Oh, don't remind me.
Yes. Yeah, that was a very odd incident, a very strategic incident, and one that, let's say, we did not partake to that lightly. Basket doesn't count.
Just as it seemed like Roosevelt had something going on that play,
That was an
the
offensive
ball will
foul.
go the other way. On a foul on Gurley. 59.4 seconds to play in the third and counting. 26-25 to score. Ames can take the lead. Maybe even have the last points of the half if they play this outright.
Ooh, 10 seconds in the backcourt there.
That is what you don't like to have as a timeout is taken, and we will take a break on that. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube.
Yeah, let's go.
Welcome back into it, folks. 26-25 with 49.1 seconds to play in the third. Roosevelt looking to increase their lead. Gazoon tight to me, folks.
Let's see.
Ooh, I've never sneezed on air live.
I just yawned, but you can see we're tired. We're tired. It's late. School is taking a toll on us.
Yes.
And standardized testing as well.
Junior year, folks. Junior year.
Junior year and senior year.
Senior year's not that bad, as I've actually heard.
SAT is bad. I'm
Really?
sure. Well, I haven't taken it yet, so I couldn't tell you. Oh,
Just
my.
10 seconds to play in the
And
third. I would almost call that holding
I thought
the
there were
ball,
2 minutes left in the quarter. My bad. Catch and shoot.
Helms, no. Nobody's able to get a shot up before the end of the third quarter. Rough Riders lead 26-25. One more quarter of basketball for tonight. One team can come out on top. We'll see how it ends. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. 26-25. We're just about to begin the fourth quarter.
Super low scoring. Are we gonna? Is anybody gonna break 40?
If this
Jeez.
defense, if this continues to be a defensive game, then I would doubt it personally.
Yeah.
Unless this game goes into overtime.
Yeah, but then overtime is, it's a lot shorter than a quarter. It's half the length, 4 minutes.
Patton at the top of the key. He finds Gurley at the right wing. Just over 7.5 to play in the fourth. That was Phillips who tried to steal the ball. You have Burke Hall at the top of the key. Now at the left wing, just under 7.5 to play. Bradley finds Helms at the right wing. Helms outside to Burke Hall. Helms. Patton with the ball at the right wing. Patton with 7 minutes to play in the fourth. A pass to Helms.
I've held the ball for at least a minute now.
The score is definitely not going to break 40 if this keeps up.
No, it's not.
3-point attempt is no good. Downs gets the rebound. Ames with a chance to retake their lead. Here's Brooks to Downs. Center circle. Downs again at the left wing. Downs to Brooks at the top of the key. Oh, the ball is stolen. Helms just grabbed it out of there.
How did that get stolen?
Wonderful ball movement by Roosevelt. It almost seemed like it was out of control there, but they managed to regain it.
Yeah, they're just going to take as much time off the clock as they can.
But here's the difference between them and Ankeny. They're actually going to move the ball.
Late foul, I believe they got Delisi, rather. Or that was a late call.
Two shots for Bradley. But hey, if they're going to take time off the ball, at least they're doing it in a fair way.
Yeah.
Alzheimer in for the Riders. Strawhacker in for Ames.
We got a foul there.
.5:59 to play in the fourth. Downs with the ball. Phillips to Delisi. Ball is stolen. That is Helms who comes up with the steal and can't lay it in.
Downs fouled him there.
Fouls on Downs. His first.
25-27, 5:47 to play in the fourth. That is Helms. 5:47 to play in the fourth, 27-25. He makes it a 3-point game at 28-25.
This has got to be the lowest scoring game I've ever seen.
Ames has got to get on the board, or they got to start scoring points at the very least. Not a single bucket in this fourth quarter thus far.
They've only held the ball 2 times. The first time they turned it over.
Brooks at the left wing.
Take a shot.
Tie game. Keyshawn Brooks right when Ames needs it. 28-28. 5:13 to play in the fourth. Here's Gurley with the ball. Now a pass to Bradley. In the corner, 5 minutes to play in the fourth. Here's Gurley with a pass to Burke Hall. Burke Hall almost took a corner three, decided not to as Strawhacker was coming at him quite fast. 4:45 to play in the fourth as that's Burke Hall who's unable to lay it in, puts it back up and in. 30-28. 4.5 to play in the fourth, and it's 30-28. Roosevelt back in front. Shot is no good. Ball will go the other way. 4:20 to play in the fourth. Here is Gurley with the ball. And Burkhall now has it.
If you're Brooks here, would you foul to save time? He has no fouls. Personally, I think that would be a good idea because then you still have a foul to give, and it would give you a chance to get the ball back. I say go foul.
Thus far, they're not doing it.
Unless it was in the shooting motion.
Whoa! Helms over DeLisi. What a dunk. 32-28, a two-possession game. I have never had a chance to broadcast a dunk like that. And the one-hand jam, too. That was nice.
That was impressive. It was something we're not used to seeing. I won't say the game's cemented yet because it definitely hasn't been with 3.5 minutes to go. But Roosevelt, if they can get just a couple more baskets, they'll be in control of this thing.
Just 3:36 to play in the fourth. That's absolutely accurate. There's not much time. If you're Ames, you really need to make some clutch buckets to win this game, as it's coming down to the wire at this point.
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire. You gotta make a basket, get the ball back really quickly. Whether that means committing a couple of fouls and sending them to the line for a potential 1-and-1 situation, means you get the ball back anyway. But no, anything can happen.
3:36 to play in the fourth. Phillips a pass to Downs, and this is the possession where you really need points.
Yeah.
Downs at the left wing. Brooks. 3:20 to play in the fourth. Strawhacker underneath, lays it in. Right when Ames needed it, 32-30 with 3:10 to play in the fourth. Good defense is what's necessary here for Ames now.
Yeah. No more points allowed.
Now we hit 3 minutes to play in the game. That's Burkhall at the top of the key. And an offensive foul is called. The ball will go the other way.
Moving screen. I think they got Alzheimer on a moving screen there.
2:51 to play in the fourth. Downs has the ball at the left wing. Downs to Brooks. 2:40 to play in the fourth. This is the chance to make a clutch shot, maybe even a three-pointer. Strawhacker. Brooks. Out to Downs for the lead. No! Oh, that would have been perfect. Gurley now has the ball for Roosevelt. Roosevelt could put the dagger in this game with just 2:16 to play in the fourth. Oh, the ball almost goes out of bounds. Burkhall. Foul is called. That's on Downs. With just 2:09 to play in the fourth. It's going to be an inbound. Bradley. Bradley inbounds to Burkhall. Can't lay it in off the glass. DeLisi. Now to Downs. With just 2 minutes to play in the fourth. Downs to Brooks. Brooks at the left wing. You need to make a basket here. Brooks lays it in. Tie game. 32 apiece. 1:46 to play in the fourth. Now it's coming down to it, but this crowd is surprisingly silent. Or surprisingly quiet at the very least. Not Very much noise happening. A minute 30 to play in the fourth. It's tied up at 32 apiece. Driving for the hole, that is Gurley. Fouled on his way there. They'll call a blocking foul.
Is that Straw Hacker number 4?
That gives him 4, and he has 11 of Ames' 32 points. A player who you really don't want to foul out, but he's one foul away from doing it.
Yeah, got to be careful with him here. At the very worst here, it's going to be down by 2 points. Still, that's a manageable amount.
33 to 32, 1:23 to play in the fourth. That is actually the first bucket of the game by Gurley. Second one's no good. It's only a 1-point game. 1:20 to play in the fourth. 33 to 32. Ames needs to take the lead here.
They have to.
Brooks, DeLisi for the lead. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! 35 to 33 with 1:05 to play in the fourth, just when Ames needed it. Bradley. Helms for 3. No! Rebound taken by Phillips. And Ames with a 2-point lead.
Get out of there.
DeLisi for the layup. Good! 4-point lead for Ames. 45 seconds to play in the fourth. DeLisi coming in clutch just when Ames needs it. Helms, deep 3. No, out of bounds. Ames putting themselves in a great position now. Patton in for the Riders. And a timeout is taken. Jamison DeLisi comes in clutch right when Ames needs it. Ames leads by 4 points with 33.8 to go in the fourth. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. It's 37 to 33. 33.8 seconds to play in the fourth. Ames has the ball and the lead, and if you're Roosevelt, you have to foul.
Yeah. Yeah, you really do have to foul. Oh, at the worst, you know, you go down by 2 threes, and that's a manageable amount. But you know, if you give up 3 points here, that's the last thing really you want to do.
At the very least, steal it with their aggressive defense that they have. They might force downs to, 5-second violation, just what they needed. And the ball will be given to Roosevelt.
Did he not call timeout?
Now they call a timeout. That leaves just 1 for Roosevelt and 2 for Ames. Let's talk about the logistics. 33.8 seconds. Regardless of whether Roosevelt is unable to make a shot or not, they're going to need to foul in this situation.
Yeah. But who would you go after? I think Phillips has been good from the line. We really haven't seen too many other people go to the line tonight. You know, I think DeLisi made a shot. Strawhacker made one. But honestly, I think I would go after Downs if we had to foul. But he's the guy. Nope, they turned the ball over. That's
33.8 seconds to go in the game. Roosevelt needs a shot made. Helms for 3. No! Rebound is taken by Strawhacker. Brooks with the run. Oh, he missed it.
Goaltending. That's going to be a...
Are they going to call a foul? What happened?
It's going to be an awarded basket because the ball hit the backboard and then the player hit the backboard. Therefore, that's a goal. That's a goaltending. So it'll be a 2 points And now Ames has a 2-possession lead.
And now at this point, it's a very difficult situation. Just 21.3 seconds in the game. Someone's got to make a clutch shot.
Rather surprised that they're not shooting the 3 right now.
Me neither. Lots of things happening. Bradley tried over and over and over again. Now just 5.5 seconds to play in the fourth. I think the game might be determined at this point.
Yeah, well, still 5.5 seconds. Anything can happen, and it usually does. And that was just putting the ball up and seeing who could grab it. It wasn't really a shot towards the basket there. It was a very interesting situation.
Bradley at the line. Because the thing is, he's got 2 shots. The first one's no good. Even if he would have made that 2-possession game, 5.5 seconds in the game, not very much time to make something happen.
That'll be interesting because both teams did not break the 40 margin. And
foul is called, and at that
Craffle
point,
will go to the line, I believe.
No, they're just going to call an
just go on
inbound.
the floor.
Downs. Inbounds to Brooks.
And
Almost
fouled.
uses up the entire clock, but 0.9 seconds left.
Is he going to the line?
If he is, they're taking their time getting there. No, it's going to be an inbound.
It's going to be an inbounds. That's only
way too little time at this point. Ames is definitely going to come out with the win. 9/10
right
of a
to
second
Phillips.
remaining. Phillips. The clock is not moving.
Whoa, hold up. They fouled him.
I don't know.
He took looked like he took a swat at the ball, and Phillips just moved the ball all behind his back.
Oh, never mind.
And
They're letting
they'll
the
just let
clock expire. Ames wins. Taking it the distance, 39-33. And they didn't break the 40-point mark at the end of the day. But at least they broke, both girls and boys break a 3-game losing streak, winning both sides of the doubleheader against Des Moines Roosevelt.
Yeah, that was an important victory for the girls, and especially important victory for the boys because, you know, as I said before, momentum changes everything. If you can come in here with the momentum of beating Roosevelt, who is a pretty good team, and use that momentum to try and beat up on Johnston, who's going to be a good contender for the state championship in my mind. You know, all the momentum you can get, you could take down some big enemies. And, you know, 3 games left. It's now or never for Ames. They gotta just try and win out. That's as simple as that.
We have post-game thoughts coming up right on the other side of this break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. We're ready to finish off the broadcast. We have post-game thoughts right now of the game. 39-33, Ames wins both sides of the doubleheader over Des Moines Roosevelt. What's your final thoughts on this doubleheader overall?
Well, 2 very good victories, 2 well fought victories for Ames. You know, they were back and forth until the last few minutes of the fourth quarter. And that's where both games were won. And, you know, great job by Roosevelt to keep within in a couple points, considering, you know, their record might not indicate that they had been as close as they were tonight. But regardless, I think they'll leave here knowing that they had a good shot to win, but I think they know that they'll be able to compete with some teams that have equal caliber. What did you see tonight, Carter?
Well, I want to talk about the thoughts I was having last night before this game even began. I was thinking to myself, for both teams really, with the records that they have and the teams they have coming up that they will be playing, a win tonight probably was one of the biggest necessities, maybe even of the season.
Yeah.
You need so much momentum and confidence going into playoffs that really a win tonight really was necessary, and thankfully for the Ames High Little Cyclones, they came out with it.
Yeah. Always good when your team's winning, and, you know, they're going to have tough opposition. They face Johnston, Marshalltown, and Dowling. So, you know, hopefully they can end the season, regular season, on a good note and get to that sub-state first round, get through there, and hopefully go all the way to the state championship. You never know.
This is our broadcast for the rest of the year. We only have 2 more girls and boys doubleheaders. Johnston this Friday, and next Friday, Dowling Catholic. Girls at 6:10, boys at 7:45, and then the only broadcast we have for basketball left for this year is Waukee and Des Moines East, and their boys-only broadcasts February 18th, February 21st. They will all be right here on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. And ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, that's going to do it here for this edition of AHS Basketball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Carter White.
I'm Ryan Eggert.
The voices of your Ames High Little Cyclones, signing off.